I am so excited to personally welcome you to the debut of a new little show I've stole from Garmore CS, where I take a look at the most recent tournament, IEM Cologne 2025, and point out the biggest frauds and the biggest idiots who are currently playing in the scene right now, as well as some positivity, if I may feel like it. I will be giving out awards and examining the performances of certain teams. For example, there will be a biggest frauds award. It'll be the most disappointing team of the tournament award. Another one may include the team that should disband award. But it's not all negative. I will be including perhaps a best team. So without further ado, thank fucking God somebody has beaten Vitality, and it ended up being Mouse. I am glad that it was the team that they had beaten 7 times in a row and emotionally destroyed at the major. All in all, it was a great event despite the disasters, calamities, and the ending of eras. It is great to see a different team other than Vitality get back up on their horse and actually win a tournament. And as I am a fair and considerate professional, I would like to invite you to tell me immediately in a comment who is the biggest fraud of the tournament before I give out the first award, which is, of course, the biggest fraud award. So the first award I'm going to be giving out is one of the most important ones. It is the biggest frauds at the event. However, it's not necessarily the worst team at the event, as you'll come to find out with the future awards, but it's simply the most fraudulent team. There's no need to worry, not a single fraud will get past my radar. I'm sort of like a Batman for the... So the biggest frauds of IEM Cologne 2025 are, of course, Falcons. If I can milk them just a little bit more after my last video, what a performance they've put in. NiKo with his worst Cologne of all time, despite Kyousuke actually debuting incredibly against all odds and perhaps against my predictions. But despite his banging performance, nobody else on the team stepped up. The choking duo of NiKo and Monacia only choked harder than they've ever choked before. They won a single game against Gamer Legion and then got eliminated by Furia. Although Furia are currently actually on a bit of a generational comeback as a team, I'm very happy with them. But it's absolutely unacceptable. NiKo with a 0.91 rating for the whole tournament is he's lower rated in Cologne than Snappy, a 35 grown ass, elderly ass, balding. Now, I'm a big Snappy defender. I think he did great work with 2023 ends, but there's absolutely no excuses for being rated lower than that guy. Since this loss, NiKo has actually gone on to start schizo posting on Twitter, and I think he's losing his fucking mind. And with Falcons picking up the biggest frauds of the tournament award, I do want to draw attention to, while I was looking at NiKo's stats, I did notice something. And that is one Mr. NaFly from Team Liquid putting up a 0.42 rating on the T side for the entire event. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I think that means he might have killed 2, maybe 3 people in the entire event on T side. Hell nah. And that brings me to my next award. If everybody's ready to hear it, it is the most disappointing team. It's different to the biggest frauds, because the biggest frauds, you could have seen them coming, but the most disappointing, maybe it was a little bit expected, but it goes to Team Liquid. This team just cannot get their shit together. Between Twist talking about how they're not even a real team, to nobody being able to look like they're even enjoying themselves remotely on the roster, to now rumors of Nerds being blocked and moved to G2 by Liquid's management, it is coming down. It's a shitstorm. Liquid in the main event of IEM Cologne went out winless, losing 0-2 to Mouse and 0-2 to FaZe. They won a combined 8 rounds against FaZe in the 2 maps they played, and they looked completely dejected. They looked like shit. NaF put up a 0.35 rating against FaZe. It's not okay. I love NaF, but if this continues, he may have to die. We are absolutely rocketing through these awards. Let's keep it going. Next up, we've got the best team. Finally, some positivity in this video, but the best looking team, despite these guys winning the event, that is the final behind me. It is Mouse versus Spirit. In case you didn't know, that Spirit won 3-0. I don't think they were the best looking team at this event. In fact, I think in the semi-finals, Vitality lost more so to themselves than to Mouse. And while it is fantastic to see Mouse actually beat Vitality after losing against them 7 consecutive times throughout the year, I think Vitality still looked like the best team at this event. All the wins they got were extraordinarily convincing despite a first shaky map against Hooksie's Astralis. I think Vitality still have it in them. I think they're still the best team in the world, but it is fucking fantastic to see the scene be a little bit more competitive, and the fact that Vitality has now attended an event this year that they didn't fucking win. Despite Zywoo putting up a stinker event for his caliber, Rops looked absolutely incredible, and I'm going to be giving the best highlight award to Mr. Rops, Robin Rops Cool, with his ace on an eco in the defense of the A side of Mirage. Take a look.
Just what you wanted to see. Rops, the discrepancy. How's he gone to that way? Get away! Rops is in the server. This is monstrous. Oh my god! 4 members of Mouse just left on the battlefield, scattered. It's all 5. The ace from Rops on eco.
Holy shit, guys, that was pretty cool, huh? Now I would like to bring up a bit of an antithesis to this Best Highlight Award. Somewhat of a anti-highlight. I think the worst moment of this entire event goes to Mr. NiKo. Once again, my GOAT coming in to disappoint even harder than before. It is NiKo screaming in celebration to a round that they didn't in fact win. Take a look.
No! You didn't kill.
In NiKo's defense, he fucked him.
And I just thought that he died, so I celebrated because it was a very important round. I fucked him, And
I want to give a little honorable mention to worst moment as well, and that moment is Shiro hitting himself on the head with the trophy after winning the event. Now for some more positivity. We're going to go with the funniest moment of the whole event. Now, this one is a good one. For my funniest moment from IEM Cologne 2025, we are going to go with Yabi's 4K Deagle.
Hey everyone. Mowed down by Yabi. Oh! How? A 180-degree spin.
M4 and a plant. No armor, sure, but why not?
Fell great! He sticks around for another, and now it's Snow. Has he got it in him? He can't be serious!
Now, you might be looking at this like, what's funny? It's not funny. It's not funny about this, huh? But I would like to disagree with you, because I think it's hysterical that despite this incredible highlight, he ended up in the top 10 lowest rated players of the entire fucking tournament. How can you be so good, yet so ass at the same time? But that is truly Astralis' area of expertise, or more so Stown and Yabi, the two fucking snakes. Everybody knows their story, and it is great to see them continue to fail. The funniest moment of Cologne is not only Yabi's 4K, but their low ratings. And if you take a look, Astralis have 4 of their players in the top 8 lowest rated players of the entire tournament. Now this is extraordinarily funny, but I do love Hooksy, and I do like Stare as well. It's only great to see Yaun and Stabby suffering. And then they of course went out in last place, which no one expected after them losing a grand final to Tyloo just beforehand. No, but really this Astralis is a funny moment in itself. Nobody really knows what's going on with them. I'm proud to present this next award, really, really proud. This award goes to the craziest lock-in of the entire event, and that of course has to go to NaVi, because big props to them. They've debuted with an academy player, Mikaze, who has actually looked really good. I was a little skeptical of JL stepping down and then bringing Mikaze in, but it seems to be working out great at the time. But it was great to see them pull it together and get some sort of success after they've really struggled since being the best team of last year. They beat Mongols in the quarterfinals, which was great to see. I mean, feels bad for the Mongols, who I was really hoping would get their redemption after losing out on the major grand final, but it's great to see NaVi stepping up as well. I think their loss against Spirit, despite the third map, was actually quite close. And now I'm gonna stop praising people. I'm getting no satisfaction out of this. I want to start hating a little bit more, and maybe even lying. So this is a big award of the night. It is the team who should just disband. It's not even an award, it's just advice. This team sucks. If you can maybe take a guess. It's Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro fucking stinks. Go and look at the HLTV page for IEM Cologne 2025. You won't even see them, they're so bad. And that's because they didn't even make it through the fucking play-in to get to the event. So Virtus Pro came into the play-in, they beat Top Lu, who are probably match fixing. They lost to Gamer Legion, then they lost to a heroic team that literally just spawned in. After my hours of research and watching this team, I've come to the conclusion that Electronic is a terrorist. Electronic is always seen screaming at his teammates, making everyone feel like shit and losing rounds. Their new jersey looks fucking like really stupid as well. It looks so stupid, and I think Electronic looks stupid. It's great to have Perfecto back, and he does actually look a little bit in shape, but Virtus Pro, it's just fucked. And I miss Jame. I miss seeing Jame play. I miss the rounds are still just as slow, and that's the confusing part. It's like Jame never left the team, but I want him back. I don't want to look at Electronic. Just one more award that I want to throw out, and it's quite a nice one. It's the most potential. The award for the most potential in a team that I've seen at this event is actually Ninjas in Pajamas. Yeah, where the fuck did they come out of? Nobody's heard that name in years. But I feel like for the first time in so long, they've actually got a competent roster, now that Snappy has actually managed to bring this team of little shits up to the VRS rankings, although they are in a bit of a limbo at the moment, which I feel like is a big problem in the VRS system, since they are too high in the rankings, apparently, to be invited to Tier 2 teams, Tier 2 events, but they are too low to be invited to Tier 1 events, so they're essentially hoping that teams will either drop out of tournaments or disband. But I think they played great. I think this highlight from Kaspersky in particular is fantastic and a great sign for his development as a player.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Kaspersky, that's crazy! Jeez! He's got a laser beam! Oh! That's Kaspersky's round!
I also think Wrinkle looks great as an AWPer. I know Snappy has that dog in him to call. We saw it back when he was on ENCE, which is a team that I just absolutely loved. And I think they do have a lot of potential if they can get more experience against top 20 teams. So with that being said, I think I'm going to wrap this award show up. I think there will be only more ideas for awards in the future as the tournaments get rolling. Blast Bounty Season 2 is going on at the moment. I may or may not do a video on that one because that tournament doesn't really matter. Apex said so, and we can believe Apex. But apart from that, I feel a lot better. I feel like we all feel a lot better after getting some of that anger out of us. The game's the game.